All right, hello. We are Group 2. Our project is Tempetours. It's a web application, and our project sponsor was Cordera. So Tempetours was designed as a web application to connect pet sitters and pet owners. Our main goal was to incorporate a really good UI and basically facilitate a pet owner finding a pet sitter and the whole process that comes with a pet sitting appointment, as well as integrating a pet sitter being able to also be a pet owner so that they may also go and use the same functionality that a pet owner would as well.
Okay, so this is our application, this is our homepage. As you can see, it's a bit scaled down the resolution, but try zooming out.
Sorry.
Yeah. So this is our homepage. As you can see there, what we do, how we do this, who we are.
There is audio, so I cannot.
Login page. After you get to our homepage, you want to log in to actually get any of the functionality from our website. So if you're not logged in, if you haven't registered, I could go ahead and register a new user. For the sake of this demo, I'll just call it demo, and we will use demo@demo.com for demo usage, and the password will just be something simple. So we registered. It's told us that registration was successful, so we got to log in and we enter our user credentials. Oops. Okay. Okay. Keep clicking. So demo, and you go over here to logging in, and okay. I'll go ahead and oh, actually, yeah, I think it was capital D. Yeah, my bad. So capital D on demo. So if you look here, we have our dashboard. Right now it's currently empty, so there's no content to display at the moment. But if we go on over to job listings, we can see current job listings that exist. And if we head over to our profile, as you can see, by default we create users as a client. If they choose to be a sitter, we can go ahead and check that like that. And we can go ahead and fill out the rest of the info here. And right here, we can say Texas. And yeah. So when we submit our changes, you can see that our data is stored in a database and pulled again to show our profile. You can also edit our profile as well. So this is my first time using Pet app. Okay. Changes, you can see that there's my new bio. Currently don't have any reviews. I'll show those in a bit, but just know there are reviews. You can also add pets. Let's see. Go ahead and put pet name as Captain. Dog. This is actually my dog. So pet description. You can put whatever you want. So yeah, loves belly scratches, I guess. Okay, so go ahead and add a pet. You can your pet. You can do it with your pet. So in case something happens to your pet. Yeah, and we can also edit our pets information. They love scratches a lot. Refreshing the page, you can also see that it's all still there. We can go ahead and find sitters as well. See here we have different users that are registered as sitters. We can request their services as a sitter for a job. So if I request, actually. Okay, so let's see. Let's go back to the job listings and create a job listing for now. so yeah, we'll create this. Let's just set a time for 1:30. No, AM. Let's go to PM. So this is PM, and let's just say that they need to set them all the way to the 15th. Let's just say 1:30 again, and okay, so take care of Cap. Okay, so submit the job. Now there's a new job listing. There's a new job listing posted here for people to find. This is my job, as you can see. We have the client is me, who's currently logged in, and we can go ahead. We can go ahead and filter it by. We'll go ahead and filter it.
So basically, if you were a sitter instead of a client, and you want to sort by like, say the newest date, so you can select who you want to babysit or pet sit. You can sort by the newest, and if you hit apply, then it returns everything in order. Or you can do it the other way. I'm going to clear this. I can also search by a client. So if I really like a client and I want all of their jobs. Or if I search by the start date, then if I select what month am I in? May 2nd, it'll return every job from May 2nd, and it doesn't care about the end date. If I specify an end date, it'll only return jobs in between those days. And then if I specify a different city, say we only see Dallas on here, but say I put Houston in, nothing's gonna show up. But if I put Dallas in, then it will show back up. And if I remove that, oh yeah, there's only one job. So then, if you go to finding a sitter, because maybe I want to search for a sitter who is capable of taking care of Captain, then, and I'm looking through here and I'm like, okay, I don't like him because he doesn't have like a good rating, or he doesn't have a rating yet. So I'm going to search for people with maybe a 5. And one in my city, which is Houston, right? So I can specify Houston here, but say I lived in Dallas or something, then nothing will show up. So I'm gonna filter by rating again, and I find grant here, and I request the services. So as a client, I just posted a job for someone to take care of Captain, and I can request grant specifically to see if he wants to accept or decline that job. So here's the job that I just posted, take care of Captain. So I select this job, and we see that there's a notification that says that we directly requested a service. But say I didn't post a new job yet, I can create a job directly here. That way it's just easier for the user. Say I know I'm going to be out like May 31st. And it creates a job and submits grant for the request right away.
Okay, so now that we've made 2 jobs, they should appear on our dashboard. Since we requested, oh, okay, yeah. So we requested the private job from Grant. So I'm gonna go ahead and log out so we can see that specific job that was requested for him. So we have pending jobs here. These are jobs that we can either choose to accept or decline. If you look down here, we have 2 demos here. Since we requested them specifically from one user, and we have not gotten, and since we're only waiting on them to accept the job, we don't have the right to accept or decline it. We have to wait on the sitter to accept or decline it for us. So you see right here, you can choose to accept their job. And these requests here, they're different because you can go go onto the job board and request to become a sitter for a job, or somebody can directly request you to be a sitter for them. That's why this one right here only has cancel request, because you requested it and you don't have the right to accept that job for the client. So I accepted the job. These are all the requests that I've made, but now that I accepted a job, it should be an upcoming one. As you can see right here, it's a client is demo. I took it under Grant's username, and if I want to at any point, I could simply cancel the request, and then we don't take their job anymore.
Likely, as a sitter, because I'm on Grant's profile now, I can go to job listings, and you can see that which jobs that he requested to take. So as a client, they're going to be able to accept or deny that sitter, or like that. And then, so I can cancel my request too. So if I don't want to walk Give Cats Fish every day, then I can just hit cancel, and then it goes away. So yeah. And so then I'm gonna log out and log in as. Okay, so I logged in as someone else who already had completed jobs, and once you complete a job with somebody, you can post a review.
So you get to post a review on anybody that any job that you haven't reviewed yet. Because you can't simply make a review on anybody. You should tie it to a job specifically to review them for. Look here, let's say he did a decent job, not the greatest, but pretty good work. So you can go ahead and add the review, and you go back to the completed ones. You can see that it's no longer under review because it's already been reviewed. And okay, and if you look under the profile of the user that we just reviewed, you can see that great good work is right there from us as Rust Zero, which is the user we're logged in as. And yeah. If you go back to the dashboard, you can also see that anytime you have a pending job as a client, you can delete the job always before you've accepted, and you also have the ability to view a user's profile, just a quick view here, check out what ratings they have, check out their details, just to kind of get a bit of a view on which sitter you want to accept. And as always, you can accept the sitter here, and it'll become an upcoming one. Should be this one. And as long as it's upcoming or pending, we can delete the job as it is right now. And just the job is gone, and now nobody's taking the job anymore. And that pretty much wraps up our demo. And yeah, that's Temperatures.
So along the way, we did run into several challenges. We listed a few here. A huge one was code coverage. We aren't naturally inclined to do test-driven development. I don't think very many of us were even taught to do that in any of our classes. So we started off without any tests, caused a lot of problems in the latter term of this project. In terms of React and Redux, that was a huge learning curve for our front-end team because none of us understood it yet. We had to learn the whole thing. User authentication, persisting across refreshing and everything like that seemed to be the worst thing for probably like a month. In general, our Redux stores, in order to persist our data, it was quite the nightmare, but we were able to tackle it. And in general, our application does govern several accounts, so that was quite the struggle, but as you can see, we were able to take care of that. In terms of our database, we were having trouble with our dates. If you could remember from some of our previous demos, we were having some really long string dates in terms of milliseconds at one point, and then I think it was military time. So we fixed that, and our filtering was just recently fixed, so it's working fantastic. In terms of pair programming, finding time to work with the team, with all of our different schedules, work, different school, was quite the hassle, but we were able to pull off some hackathons in order to get this thing done. And in general, making sure that the team is updated, very stressful, trying to get everybody coordinating as intended, with trying to make Azure boards one of our daily tasks to update. It was a struggle to make sure everybody was on the same page, but we were able to take care of it.
So we considered every successful implementation an accomplishment, but we couldn't list everything. So some of the more important ones that we had are up here. We're proud of our persistence, we're proud of the creation of React components, and we're also proud of the database design and authentication. So on top of, for database design, we followed the best practices, and we also used MongoDB, which was the best technology for our situation, because every account can be either a sitter or a client. And if they want to be both or either, if we followed a SQL approach, there would be duplication of data. So that's why we approach with MongoDB. And these are some of the few things that we are proud of, but we're overall proud of the entire project.
So there's a few things that we would have liked to have implemented if we were to continue working on this project. One of those things is making our filtering system work a little better than it does now. Like adding in, for example, if you're looking for a sitter, you could find the sitter closest to your location. Maybe have like an option for that, store the location somewhere in your profile. That also applies to the dashboard. If you recall looking at the dashboard, we have several menus that include pending job requests and things like that, but currently there isn't a very good way of searching through those other than just scrolling through it all. So that would be something nice as well. Another thing we'd like to add is maybe make adding or storing information for the pet more meaningful, or storing it in a more meaningful way. For example, you could have a section for the pet that allows you to store certain medications that the pet may need or something like that, as well as a picture of the pet. And that would also go into improving how we display the job, available jobs to potential sitters. Currently, whenever you create a job, you just create a job and write a description, stuff like that. But if you add the stuff for the specific pet, we could maybe display that in a more meaningful way. Another thing we'd like to do as well is integrate a online payment system. Currently, we don't have any mock things set up for that, or realistic for that matter.